Hello everyone, welcome to Pokédex, the channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. Today we have Mega Tyranitar. Pretty cool card from Ancient Origins. It has Theta Double, the ancient trait. This Pokemon may have two Pokemon tools attached to it. Actually, Theta Double on Mega Tyranitar, because it's an EX, it's actually not 100% upside, because the opponent can actually put a Head Ringer on Mega Tyranitar EX. Hell, it can have two Head Ringers on our Mega Tyranitar EX. That would be insanely bad for us, because Destroyer King, the only attack on this guy, it does a lot of damage. We'll get to that in a second, but it costs 4 energy, so with two Head Ringers we kind of have to pay 6 energies in order to be able to attack, and I don't think that's going to happen too often. So Destroyer King does 110 plus 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So if they already have 10 damage on them, this attack does 170, so it's 180 total, and that knocks out an EX Pokemon. And if there's 2 damage counters, that's an extra 70 damage on top of that, so it will probably knock out any Mega as well. So pretty powerful attack, but it does take a little bit time to charge up. I mean, we can use the DC, we can use the Mega Turbo, and of course, because it's a dark type, we can also use Yveltal, the baby Yveltal. I'm not playing any Yveltal EX in this deck. I just decided to focus on Mega Tyranitar. There's a lot of stuff we're gonna throw in here in this build, so I kind of figured I just wanted to focus on Mega Tyranitar. You guys can build your own decks accordingly to what you think is good. I honestly don't think Mega Tyranitar EX is going to be overly competitive. I think this deck is a little bit slow compared to some of the decks that we actually looked at since the new set came out, like Vespiquen, of course. I think Regice would make this deck really miserable, although it does have a non-EX attacker. I think just not being able to attack with Mega Tyranitar EX is kind of lame. But yeah, even the Sceptile deck, I think, has something over this guy, because you kind of need to have the first 10 damage down. But oh well, it doesn't matter. It still is pretty damn fun, and we're going to have some fun here today. So let's just start looking to the rest of the deck. We have a couple of Shaymin EX. Guys, this is going to be kind of a staple in our decks. To Shaymin, sometimes because the deck is more aggressive, we'll need to play more of this guy. But most decks, I think 2 is the right amount. Works pretty well with Ultra Balls and all that. So 3/3 Mega Tyranitar line, and then a 3 Yveltal, baby Yveltal, because Oblivion Wing is a really good starter attack, because you can just start charging up our Tyranitars in our bench. We have a couple of Fortress in here, and of course Pinnacle, so there we can evolve. So it's a 2/2 line. This guy is here for Thorn Tempest. When you put it down, you put 1 damage counter on each of our opponent's Pokemon. So hopefully that's going to be enough. And if it isn't, we do have an AZ in here, but we'll get to that in a second. We have a couple of Mega Turbos. We don't need those many, because when by the time Mega Tyranitar comes out, usually we already kind of have the Tyranitar EX ready to go. So I guess this kind of works better on the second Tyranitar, if we want to charge up a second attacker. So I'm only playing 2. We have a couple of switch, because we need to switch out of our Pokemon. 4 Trainer's Mail, 4 Ultra Ball. This is really cool. Helps us draw into the cards that we need, like the Tools, the Stadiums, the Mega Turbos, the Shaymins. So I think I really like playing 4 of each with the 2 Shaymins and all that. I think it works out pretty well. There's 4 VS Seekers to grab our supporters back, and as far as supporters go, we have 1 Ace Trainer to punish our opponents if they took early prizes. We have 1 AZ, as I mentioned. We can pile up more damage with a Fortress, so we can bring it back to our hand, play it again, 10 extra damage on everything, so it works out really nicely against those Megas if we haven't hit them with Yveltal yet. And then we can also, of course, use the AZ on the Shaymin EX and draw extra cards, so it's never really a dead card in our hand. Sometimes, from time to time, we will use it on the Mega Tyranitar. We'll lose all the energy, but if we have a way to, like the Mega Turbos and the Yveltals, to bring the energy back, it's not really too bad. We have 1 Lysander in here for the tactical knockouts, 2 Professor versus Observations, and 4 Professor Sycamore as far as card drawing goes. And then we have a couple of Team Magma Secret Base. I'm not playing many of these, only 2. Kind of complements the Fortress plan. Of course, the opponent can just trump our stadium and then play the Pokemon, but sometimes they cannot do that, so they just end up having to play something under Team Magma Secret Base, and that's extra damage. I don't really feel like we need a Shadow Circle that much in this Darkness deck, just because there's not a lot of fighting types right now. So yeah, I think playing a couple of these is actually pretty decent. And then as far as tools go, I actually play 6 just because we don't want to get headringered at all. So I think the tools that work best are Tyranitar Spirit Link and then the EXP Share. I think this is very good for this deck. We can stick it on a Yveltal, for example, and then when our Tyranitar dies, we automatically get the energy for Oblivion Wing, so we can just charge up another Mega Tyranitar. We can also put it on another Tyranitar, like after we evolve, we stick it there, and it's our second guy, and if the first one dies, the second one gets the energy. I think it's really important that we keep all the energy that we can in play. Can also, I don't know, stick it on the Shaman or something, just so it doesn't get a ringered, and then we can have energy going to the Shaman if we need to retreat or something like that, or even Sky Return. As far as energy goes, I'm playing a lot of them. I'm playing 4 double colorless energy. All of our guys, except for Yveltal, use the double colorless energy, and then 8 darkness types. We play a lot of these so that we can discard them with our Ultra Balls and such, so that we can then accelerate them with Mega Turbos and Yveltals into the Mega Tyranitar. That's it. That's the deck. Let's play it. I'm really excited to be finally playing this deck. Oh, we were playing against a grass type deck. Grass only, actually. So maybe a Sceptile deck. I don't really know what to expect, but yeah, I'm kind of excited to play this deck. I don't think it's that great, but I really think it's really fun. So okay, we start with an Yveltal. That's pretty cool. Have the Stadium in hand, and we also have an Ultra Ball, so we can actually draw cards with his hand, and our opponent just puts his first Pokemon down, and actually 2 on the bench. Okay, so it's a Sceptile deck, but there's Seedot in there, so that's kind of strange. I hope I didn't choose Expanded by mistake. So right now I think I'm actually going to be fine with this. I'm not going to draw anything, and here I have the Ace Trainer that I can discard. We never know in the future, but right now I'm going to discard the Ace Trainer, and I don't know if I'll discard the Switch. I think I'm just going for a Via Seeker and just draw the Shaman. There we go. No other Shaman in there, so let's just put the Stadium down. I will take damage, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. We draw an Energies, so that's really good. Let's just play this Ultra Ball, discard an Energy, and the extra Stadium, and just grab the Tyranitar. This way, after we attack, we just start charging up our big guy. It's going to take a couple of damage, but that doesn't really matter too much. Maybe I should have kept it in hand, but because N is still played, I don't know. Okay, there's a Trainer's Mail for our opponent. Professor Birch's observations. I mean, this way, if we actually draw into the Mega Tyranitar EX, we can just put it down. There's another Seedot, which comes down with 20 damage, so there's a Via Seeker as well. Professor Birch is played, and our opponent draws 7. Okay, we only have one supporter that we can't really play right now, although I have the Via Seeker, so we can have a miserable hand. Our opponent hits for 10 and then flips tails, which is really good for us. I don't think I'll do anything other than attack here. Not really that much I can do. I just hope I can draw a supporter really soon. I think my opponent is playing. I think I did not make a mistake, so I'm playing against some kind of weird deck with the Sceptiles and the Seedots, the actual Seedots that you can play in Standard, which draw you a card if you discard a Grass Energy, if I remember correctly. I think that's it. There's Nuzleafs coming down, and there's the Shiftry. Shiftry. Okay, our opponent hits heads this time. That's kind of lame. We won't be able to attack, but we couldn't do anything anyway, so just going to put this thing down and just pass the turn, I guess. Kind of have to play the waiting game here. Okay, 130. Now I can do something, so let's just go with the Shaman. I don't really mind if it dies, and now I can just... Okay, I can Ace Trainer, but actually, because we drew the Mega Tyranitar, maybe I just give him 2 prizes, and then I Ace Trainer him, and draw 6 cards, just because if I draw into a double colorless energy, which is... I think there's a big chance of that, I can just put it down, and just kill my opponent's EX. Although he does have the shifter, which deals I think 20 damage for each guy on the bench. Okay, so yeah, 20 damage for each guy on both benches combined. So if he kills our Shaman, it's going, that guy is dealing 10 damage, 100 damage, sorry. So I guess that would be alright. He's going to kill our Shaman for sure because he just threw into that Ariados. So we can actually deal 70 extra damage plus 10 from the poison. That's a lot of damage. Can also heal damage if he has the Mega Septile, which I hope he doesn't. But right now I'm just going to kill his Septile. Okay, we drew a Mega Turbo. I think I'm actually going to play it. Grab that Darkness Energy back. If I only draw a Darkness Energy, that's extra. Okay, so we actually get the Pineco. I'm going to put it down because I might need to damage the Shiftry that's on the bench, and I'm going to put this Double Colorless Energy on the Mega Tyranitar. I don't think I'll play the Spirit Link because I want to save it. I will shuffle it back with this Professor Birch's observation so that I can maybe later draw it. I don't think my opponent is playing Headringers. I think he kind of has a stuffy deck with a lot of Pokemon in there, so that doesn't really, I mean, that's my hunch, so maybe I'm wrong and I just get Headringer to hell. But at the same time, I have 5 energy right now on the Mega Tyranitar. If I need to play an extra one, well, I guess we can do that. So I think I'd rather just save the Spirit Link. My opponent just charging up his big dudes, and he Lysanders out our Pineco. That doesn't worry me too much, because if I just draw into the fortress, I can just use the Pineco and call it a day, so I don't really care too much. I'm going to put the energy on this guy. Okay, we actually draw a lot of cards, nice. So I have an experience share, which I'll actually, no, I think I'll put the Spirit Link on this new guy. And I have the Ultra Ball, so I think I'll save it and actually evolve and then play the experience share. We are kind of using Fortress to hold the fort, no pun intended, for a little while we charge up our second Tyranitar. We can try to retreat here, but I don't think it's going to... I don't think I have many ways to do that, so... Okay, we got the Mega Tyranitar. I can... Oh, sorry, not Ultra Ball. I'm playing the Mega Tyranitar and the Tool here, and I think I'll actually play this thing, yeah. I can only Ultra Ball the next turn, but if I remember correctly, I don't have any Shaman left. Don't get me wrong, I'll Ultra Ball anyways. I don't think I mind having the Darkness Energy in the discard pile too much, and yeah, I think I'll play it. Yeah, I think I'll play it and actually draw one card out of our deck. So one card that I'll potentially discard. What's the card that I don't mind discarding too much? I think it's the Mega Tyranitar. Yeah, we already have 2 in play, so if I actually draw the Sycamore, I wouldn't mind too much discarding this guy. And I'm increasing the chances a little bit because I drew a card out of the deck, kind of thinning out my deck. I know it doesn't make that much difference, but you never know, right? Plus, there's really not much else that I could be doing. So, okay, our Fortress gets poisoned, because why not, right? On our opponent's eyes, it just doesn't really punish him at all, so he just passes the turn. Okay, we did draw a Double Colorless Energy. If I play this thing on the Fortress, I can actually attack. Iron Crash, yeah, does 20 for each. I can actually deal 40 and kill his Spinarak. That's really funny. And we draw into the Shaman. That's perfect. Okay, this turned out really nicely. That top deck was insane. Our opponent now, either he has a Lysander, which is pretty I think it's something that's really expected. I mean, he can just get a Shaman. Oh, he doesn't. He gets a Seed out. Okay, can just discard an energy and just draw cards. So okay, he just kills our guy. That's really good. We can go crazy here. Oh, actually, I don't think I'll play the Shaman. It's an extra Pokemon on our bench, so I'll just play this thing. And now we have the Spirit Link, which I can put down, but I don't think I will, although I'm past... Okay, I grab the Switch, I think, might need it. Yeah, I'll put the Spirit Link down. I already got the 3rd Mega Tyranitar on the discard pile, so I won't be evolving anything, and at this rate I might as well protect myself against the Headringer, since I won't be gaining anything from having that thing in my hand. Okay, our opponent is dealing a lot of damage to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 140 as it is. Okay, extra 20, so 160 plus the poison. It's a lot of damage, 160. But I can actually retreat here, which is pretty cool because we have the switch. So do I play this Yveltal? I don't know, let's see. I don't have energy in the discard pile. But I might if our guy gets knocked out. Our opponent only has 2 prizes, so if we get Lysandered out and our guy is killed, I think I have other stuff to worry about other than the energy, so because my opponent just wins the game. I'll actually play this Birch, save as many resources as we can, and okay, our hand has an energy at least, so let's just kill this dude. Now my opponent can just energy Lysander and win the game, so I don't really know what else I could do. I don't think I could do anything else other than this. But right now, if my opponent does not kill me, he already used the poison, so and the Shawn. Okay, I think we will survive actually, so that's really good. Yeah, we do survive. My opponent didn't even draw an energy, so I'm just going to finish this off. Actually, I can't finish this off because I don't have damage on that Sceptile, so oh boy, I'll try to. Okay, we have experience share here. I think I'll put it down. This guy has damage. I don't want. Oh man, if my opponent draws an energy and the Lysander, I'm screwed. So I think I'll actually. Yeah, I'll try to force this out. I mean, there's really nothing else I could have done. I mean, I could attack with a big guy. But you never know if he finds a way to deal that much damage. And I don't think there's any downside to doing this the way I did it. So now I can just safely get rid of this guy. So yeah, 290 damage on that Sceptile. Destroyer King indeed. We won the game. It was a pretty tight match. If my opponent had drawn into the Lysander, he would definitely have won the game there. But I guess you don't always have the Lysanders when you need them. So that's what happens in a match, I guess. I hope you guys enjoy this. I think this deck is pretty fun. I hope you give it a try and tell me what your perfect list for Tyranitar is. I've seen a lot of people play it with bats, although I don't think I like the bats too much. I'd rather just spread a lot of damage and make sure that we have damage counters on all of our opponents' Pokemon. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, as usual. See you guys next time. Bye!